Okay, in this video, I'm going to go over the day trading process using momentum theory. We're currently in Asia session, and what I want to do now is scan the daily bar for any setups on Asia session pairs. So currently looking at my core pairs over here. In Asia session, I focus on Nikkei and gold. First thing I do is scan the quick buy section to see if it's lit up. If it's lit up, I'm going to put it on the watch list, and right now we have nothing on my core pairs. So moving on to the Asia session pairs, which are yen pairs, Aussie pairs, and NZD. And I just repeat the process, looking at the daily bar on all the yen pairs to see if this quick buy section is lit up. If it's lit up, I'm going to put it on the watch list. So we have Swiss yen, UJ, and basically what this means is that the setup time frame and the momentum time frame are both aligned, pushing in one direction. And if these higher time frame traders are pushing in one direction, then I believe that the chart time frame, the daily, will push in that direction as well. So as soon as I see this light up, tells me that we have bullish trend momentum and that there's high probability for me to find one of my setups in this daily bar move. So I have this as my watch list. And now moving on to Aussie pairs and just repeat the process. See if it's lit up, and it tells me that we have higher time frames aligned. So it just takes me a few seconds, and that's it. So once I do that, I have my watch list for Asia session, and I just want to filter out the best ones, and I'm just going to go through each one of these. So starting with NJ, first thing I do is I look at all the hard time frames here, monthly, weekly, daily, and the H8s. These are my day trading time frames, and I want to see if the trend momentum indicator is lit up here, the quick buy section. So again, if this is lit up, tells me that there's high probability to find one of my setups on this daily bar. So I trade this daily bar on the execution time frame at the bottom there. Daily bar is traded on the M10 or M20, M10 to M20. So here on the M15, the daily is a setup time frame. First thing I want to do is look at the bar flow of that setup time frame. So this just tells me how that daily bar has been closing, and I can see that the last daily bar closed as a bullish breakout bar. So yesterday closed bullish breakout bar. We had bullish trend momentum on the daily, and so I'm looking for one of my trend setups. So we have trend momentum on the daily. Quick buy section lets me know that. And then we close as a bullish breakout day. So I'm looking for a trend retracement setup. That's the first setup I'm looking for when I see a breakout bar. I want to see price retrace back to the breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the H8, and then take the trade back up to the setup time frame high, which is the previous day high. So setup here that I want to see is a retracement to the breakout level. The breakout level is right here. It's actually at the top here. Don't really like to see these sort of narrow breakout levels for a trend retracement setup. Usually when I see a narrow breakout range, what I'm looking for is consolidation and a breakout. But the setup that I'm always looking for in a breakout is the trend retracement. I want to see a fake out of the momentum time frame low, which is right here. So I think this is unlikely to happen. I don't think that it'll come all the way down here in Asia session. And if it does, that's too big of a drop. Probably wouldn't want to trade it right back up in Asia session. So I would say it's unlikely that I would trade this one. But since there's a narrow breakout range, I am anticipating a possible trend breakout setup. So trend breakout setup, there are two entries that I'm looking for here. I'm looking for that initial breakout or a pullback and take that continuation. What I want to see for this initial breakout is a narrow breakout range. So we have a narrow breakout range here on the daily. Daily breakout levels here, previous day highs here. That's a narrow breakout range. I want to see consolidation between two levels. Not really strong consolidation yet, but I do see that we have ranges here. These yellow lines are ranges on higher time frames. Inside bar, that's one definition of a range. But for now, I don't really like it too much. So I'll see if this will possibly break out. Just going to set an alert here. If it does break out, then I will look for the pullback continuation. I don't think it'll happen in Asia session, this pullback, but maybe the breakout can happen. I'll just keep an eye on that one. Keep it on the watch list, but I won't shortlist that one. Not my favorite. I don't really see the trade immediately. And moving on. So UJ now, same process, looking at the quick buy section. We have one here on the daily. And again, I drop down to see what the bar flow is on the daily. And I can see that we have two inside bars in a row. So that's one definition of a range for me. There are three definitions of ranges. If I see an inside bar, outside bar, or a string of fake out bars, it tells me that there's indecision in the market. Price hasn't triggered the peaks, or price is pushing down, pushing up. Traders are have mixed bias here. Same with the fake outs, and so this is indecision. And so for me, if I see an inside bar, the indicator lets me know exactly where the range is, and don't really want to get involved in this. I have no setups that go breakout inside. For me, all my setups, any two bar combination needs to have a breakout bar in it. So I don't have any setups that go breakout inside. This first one is possible, but this second inside bar, nothing there for me. So no setups on this one. So moving on, looking at Aussie USD, I can see that we have that quick buy section, trend momentum on the weekly, daily, and we also have one on the H4 here. H4 is more scalping timeframes for me, but I also don't mind looking at it very often. It's similar to the H8. So again, this tells me that there's high probability to find one of my setups in this weekly bar move, and I trade this weekly bar on the M30 to H2 at the bottom there at the execution time frame. So here on the H1, weekly is a setup time frame, and again, first thing I want to do is look at the bar flow of that setup time frame. This lets me know how that weekly bar has been closing. Last week closed bullish breakout, and when I see a breakout bar with bullish trend momentum, first setup I'm looking for is a trend retracement setup. Price did not retrace back to the breakout level over here. This breakout level is right here. Didn't retrace there. Instead, it just broke out. If it breaks out and doesn't pull back, then I'm looking for a trend breakout setup. Those two entries over here. First one, I want to see consolidation. Didn't have consolidation, so no way for me to take that breakout. So I'm waiting for price to pull back, fake out a low, and then take this back up. So we had broken out over here. Price came down, faked out the low, came back up to that high. That's the second entry of that trend pullback. And now we are breaking out, continuing to break out above the high. And then yesterday, faked out the low with a really strong move. I wouldn't really want to reverse that straight away, but it did get up. Didn't quite get all the way up to the highs here. Now it's failing again, and I'm looking for a trend pullback, trend breakout setup again. Same thing. I want to see price fake out the low to take this up. We do have momentum on the hard time frame, so it does make sense for this to continue back up. But let's see what happens. There is a range here, inside bar that creates a range. Previous bars, highs and lows become the range. If price does come down, it's going to fake out that range. So there's some nice confluence here. But let's see what happens. I don't mind this one. Since I haven't seen anything yet, I'll put this on the short list. On the daily, we have a bullish breakout bar. Again, first trade, I want to see a trend retracement to the daily breakout level. Didn't do that. Failed, got back below the breakout level. So if price gets below that breakout level and it doesn't give me a trend retracement, then I'm looking for the second trade, which is a trend pullback. Currently, we're below the daily breakout level. I want to see price come down, fake out the setup time frame, which is the daily, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the H8, and then take it back up to at least the daily breakout level. And if we have strong momentum, and actually we do, we have weekly and daily pushing up, that tells me that these hard time frame traders are pushing up. 6 months, 3 months pushing up, and the 3 months monthly pushing up. Lots of confluence. If that happens, then I don't mind taking it all the way back up to the previous day high. So what I want to see happen on the daily is for price to come down, fake out the previous day low. If it does that, it's also a setup on the weekly. So this is nice confluence, seeing that there's two setups forming at the same time. And so I'll keep this on the short list. All right, so moving on, NZD USD. So I just repeat the process over and over again. Every session trades exactly the same. All my setups work on every single time frame. It's completely fractal. Doesn't matter which time frame I'm looking at. I have the same process. So daily drop down, looking at that breakout. First setup I want to see is a trend retracement. Didn't do that. Came back below. Now I want to see price fake out the previous day low to take this back up. So we don't have trend momentum on the weekly here, but we do have one on the H8. H8, the setup is So again, same process. Look for the execution time frame. H8 bars traded on the M5, drop down. The H8 is a setup time frame on the M5, and I want to look at the bar flow. Again, any two bar combination needs to have a breakout bar, otherwise it's not my setup. So no setup here on the H8. So I'm only looking for a daily setup here. Don't really like these ranges. That's that H8 range. Inside bar creates a range. Outside bar also creates a range. Lots of ranges here. Don't really like this one too much. Let's see, we're coming up to these levels as well. Yeah, so keeping that on the watch list, but I prefer Aussie USD. Aussie CAD here, immediately I can see that we have lots of bullish trend momentum on higher time frames. So again, yearly is pushing up, 6 months pushing up, 3 months pushing up, monthly pushing up. So I definitely want to be looking for buys, but don't like how we're rejecting right at that range level. We're above it on the daily. H8 not affected by it just yet. But in any case, going to look at all the setups exactly the same. So monthly bar traded on the H3 to H8, and I'm at the H4 right now, breaking out, looking for a fake out of a previous week low to take it up. So again, this is a trend breakout setup, the second setup on the trend breakout. So breaking out, want to see a fake out of the momentum time frame, which is the weekly, and then take it back up to the high. The weekly previous week low is right down here. I would say it's unlikely that I would want to trade right back up if it comes all the way down. So this is something that maybe I'll look at for next week instead. Previous week low currently is right over here, low of the week. So this would be the previous week low. If it fakes that out next week, then maybe it's something that I'd look at. Actually, no, we're faking out these ranges. So a little bit tricky here. Need to see more information. But for now, the trend breakout setup is for price to come down. I would say that's unlikely. So I'm not going to look at that. Weekly here, same thing. If we have a breakout bar, first setup, trend retracement, didn't do that, broke out. Want to see price fake out a low, fake out the previous day low here, went right back up to that high. That's that trend breakout setup. And now same thing, want to see price come down, fake out the low, and take it back up to the high. So this one did not continue up. We're below daily breakout level, so daily is actually pushing down. Faking out the previous day low right now, actually. So this could be a possible setup. I'll have to look at it on a different time frame here. Going to shortlist this one. Don't like it from a discretionary point of view. I don't like what I'm seeing, but I am a mechanical trader. If I do get the setup, I have to take it. If I use discretion when I'm taking these trades, when I'm looking at these trades, then that defeats the purpose of having a mechanical system. And so I will take it if it sets up. The setup here is if price gets above the daily breakout level. Right. So what's happening right now is price has broken out, faked out the low again. So we're at this level, and at this point, I want to drop down and look for my alignment patterns, breakout alignment patterns. So these are my breakout alignment patterns. The weekly is currently in trend breakout, and when we're in trend breakout on the setup time frame, I'm looking for a breakout alignment pattern. So there are three patterns here, looking for a reversal, continuation, or pullback pattern. And the way that I know which pattern it is by looking at the daily, the momentum time frame. Where is the last breakout bar? Look at the bar flow of the momentum time frame. So top over here is the setup time frame bar flow, the weekly. At the bottom here is the momentum time frame bar flow, the daily. Look for that last breakout bar that creates the breakout level right here. And right now we are breaking out of the previous day high, coming down below, faking out the previous day low below that day breakout high. So this is a day breakout high, breaking out of that previous high, faking out the low below that level. And so I know that we are in a pullback pattern. We're breaking out above the high. That creates the breakout level. Price came up, actually faked out that high, got down below, now faking out the low, which is a fake out retracement. Daily is in a fake out retracement move. These are aggressive entries. If it sets up, right now it's not setting up. H1 is still bearish here. But if it can get above that daily breakout level, then that's a pullback continuation. Peak levels pushing up, breakout levels pushing up in this cycle. I wouldn't mind taking it if it can get up. So from a mechanical point of view, if it does close above, I'm going to take it. Don't have good risk to reward here. I'll probably drop down to a lower time frame to see if I can get a tighter entry, but I'm hoping that it won't get up there because I don't think that this is a smart move to trade right into that. So I'm hoping that it won't get up there, but if it does, I'll take it. On the daily, we have breakout followed by an outside bar. I don't have any setup with an outside bar. This creates a range. Those yellow lines are ranges. I don't want to trade inside ranges unless I'm at the edges. I don't mind trading ranges. If there's nothing else, I don't mind trading a range, but I prefer not to. But this one is created by that outside bar. Outside bar is telling me that we faked out one side, faked out the other, closed back in the range, and the highest highs and the lowest lows become the range. I only want to be trading at the edges. So right now we are at the edge. And so if we're at the edge, I'm looking for a reversal alignment pattern. So I'm looking for one of these reversals. Again, reversal, continuation, pullback. I look at the H8 breakout level right here. We're coming down, faking out the low. And so I know that we're in a breakout reversal move right now, trading that reversal pattern. So H8 breakout reversal, safe entry is above that daily breakout, the H8 breakout level right here. So if it does come up there, I might have a look at it. But let's see, I would rather this continue pushing down. And if this pushes down, this H8 breakout level would push down. And then I would like to find a reversal pattern from down here, maybe around this breakout level. Makes sense around here. So this is what I would prefer to see. And this will give me better risk to reward. Range trading. So range trades, I just go from level to level. So I'll have a look at that. I don't really like to trade in ranges, but I do like how all the higher time frames are bullish, and then I don't like how those higher time frames also have ranges. So kind of an odd one, but I'll keep it on the short list anyways and have a look at that if it sets up. Your Oz. So we have trend momentum on all the higher time frames here. Those are always nice to see. Monthly is pushing out. There's an inside bar that creates a range, and once that range is created, I assume that it'll always stay inside that range until there's a breakout bar that closes outside of it. If this breakout bar closes outside, takes out that range, and then I could imagine taking continued moves. That would be safer. 19 more hours until this confirms. So let's see if it does that. All right, so same thing, drop down, look for the setup. It's a range, right? You don't see any breakout bars. If there's no breakout bars in the bar flow, then we are in consolidation. It's been consolidating for a long time here, right? You can see that really ugly, tight consolidation. You always want to see breakouts. Breakouts let me know that the market's moving. And right now we are finally breaking out of that range. Not confirmed though. Always a possibility that it'll get right back in that range, especially since this is the first time it's triggering that edge. But from a mechanical point of view, now that we've broken out, I'm waiting for price to pull back, fake out the previous week high, which is the momentum time frame, and then take this back down. Currently, the previous week high is right up here. If this bar closes the way it is right now, then the next previous week high would be around this level. So it does kind of make sense to see a fake out of that previous week high next week. So I don't really think that this will set up this week, so I'm not going to look at that one. Weekly, same thing, breakout bar, first trade, a trend retracement back to the breakout level. Did trigger here, triggered here as well. This was on my watch list. Could not find a nice clean entry here. You can see how ugly the price action was here. I was watching it both times, just did not give me a clean entry. And then I think I took one of these. I took one of these, either Euro Oz or GBP Oz, when it broke out and faked out the high. I can't remember which one. I might have taken both. Needed to see my trade journal, but right now what I'm looking for is for price to fake out the previous day high for a trend breakout setup. And the previous day high is right here, and I think this is actually possible. So I'll keep that on the short list here. Could possibly set up. And on the daily, same thing, breakout, fake out. All right, so we have a breakout, fake out. Bullish fake out, we're below the breakout level, and the previous day high is below that breakout level. So this is a trend continuation setup. Bearish one here. Trend momentum on the daily is bearish. Quick buy section again lets me know. And then I'm looking for this combination, a bearish breakout followed by a bullish fake out, and the breakout level is above the setup time frame high, which is a previous day high. So I'm looking at a trend continuation. I want to see price come up, fake out the setup time frame, which is the daily. So I need to see price come up here and fake out the setup and the momentum time frame. So right now this is not ready, but I do think that it's possible. I want to see price come up, fake that out, and then look for a continued move down. On the H8, we have an inside, outside, nothing there for me. So the setup is on the daily. So usually when I see this, I'd rather see a breakout bar in one of these H8 bars. Closures probably won't happen on the next one, but maybe in New York session. But let's see. If I see a breakout, tells me that the H8 is moving, and if the H8 is moving, then I believe that the daily will also start moving as well. So not too hopeful about that, but I'll keep it on the short list anyways. Euro NZD weekly, daily, trend momentum, weekly setup. First trade, I want to see that trend retracement, faked out the high, take it back down. Again, I think I can't remember if I took these ones, but one of these, a lot of them set up the same way. I can't remember which one I took, but a lot of them were a little bit difficult to get into. And right now I'm waiting for price to come up, fake out previous day high for that trend breakout setup. So exact same thing as your Oz. Put this on the short list here. H8, no trend momentum, daily, same thing. Waiting for price to pull up, fake out that high. Looks like we're in a range here, faking out both sides of the range. Right now we're faking out the range low. I expect price to get up and just continue until there's a breakout bar. Let's put that on the short list. Moving on. GBP AUD, we had trend momentum on the weekly, daily, H8, and looking for my setups. So first setup again, trending retracement, got down, broke out, and now looking for price to fake out previous day high. And if it does that, I'll look for that continued move back down. On the daily, same thing. Where are we? Actually, no, this is different from the other ones. Have a look at this one again. Yep, so this is, actually it's the same. Looking for a trend, pull back to the highs over here, fake that out, breakout level. So this one, trend retracement, got above the breakout level, waiting for price to come up, fake out this previous day high, and then I'll look for a move back down to at least breakout level. But lots of levels in between here. I don't really like these ones, honestly. Faking out this range. Let me see. I don't like that one as much as the others. Okay, I'm not going to shortlist that one just because we're faking out these things. I did take this one yesterday, which was a good trade. Yeah, can't really. I think the other ones will be better because we're right at that range. Okay, not keeping it on the watch list, but not shortlisting that. Now Swiss yen over here. We have trend momentum on the daily. Bullish breakout. Want to see a retracement to the breakout level, which is right here. And now there is lots of consolidation. Want to see price come down, fake out the H8 low, which is right here. I would say that's unlikely to happen. So I would anticipate this closure being the new H8 low. And if it does that, I wouldn't mind having a look at that. I'd like to see consolidation and a breakout here. Yeah, okay. Gonna put this one on the short list, and that's it. So now that I have my watch list, I'm gonna put them all in the Asia session watch list here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I like. And I'm just gonna put them here. Aussie CAD, Euro Oz, Euro NZD, and Swiss Yen. Okay, so what I want to do now is just mark up what I'm looking for here. Since I trade every pair, I day trade, swing trade, scalp using the same strategy. Sometimes you can get confused because sometimes different time frames are doing different things. Price come down, take this back up. I already have my alerts. And so I always mark up my chart so I know exactly what I'm looking for if I get the alert. Try and break out there. Aussie CAD. Oh yeah, this one is the one that is, I think this is the only one that was setting up here. All right, so that's it. Now that I've done my scan of the daily bar, then that's it. Now I'm just waiting for these alerts to get triggered. And I don't look at these again until any of these alerts get triggered. And that's it. Okay, interesting move here on Swiss yen. The 10-minute price has consolidation between two levels, came down, faked out the low, and now it is breaking out above the high. So this is a trend breakout setup. Trend breakout setup, bullish one. I want to see a narrow breakout range, consolidation between two levels, and a breakout of a range or a fake out. So we have a narrow breakout range um, using this H4 breakout level as that breakout, consolidation between two levels, and then right before the breakout, I want to see price come down, fake out the low. So this is a signal that the market's going to break out. I didn't see that initially. I was looking at the M15, which looks at the H8, so I did not notice that. But when I switched over to the M10, which looks at the H4, then I saw that. So this now is breaking out. I can see the range over here. These yellow lines are the range. We have a range on the H1. And then I want to see a breakout of a range or fake out. So that's the range that it's breaking out of, and or a fake out, and we have a fake out bar on the H4. So lots of confidence. What this fake out bar tells me is that we have some traders here trying to push the market down, and their stops would be around here. So if price can get close above, then I would take this back up to the previous week high. So I like what's going on now. I just don't like the timing. 1 hour away from the H8. But if the H8 looks like it's going to break out, then I don't mind taking that, especially since we do have lots of fake outs of these levels at the low. If there was a possibility that this can close in bearish breakout, then definitely would wait for that. But I think this is going to break out. So I'm going to take this one upon bar closure here. Okay, so 3 minutes. Let's see if I can get a 10-minute closure above the H4 high. Okay, 10-minute bar faked out the H4 high. So let me go up to the 15 minutes. Let's see if this 15-minute bar can close. All right, so no trades on Asia pairs, not setting up. Swiss yen is the closest one, but never gave me a breakout here. And now we're about 30 minutes away from London Open. So moving on from Asia session, looking at my London session pairs now. So again, 30 minutes away from London Open. At this time, I want to be scanning the daily bar for any setups on London session pairs. So the process repeats itself. Go to my core pairs, and I'm looking at my London pairs, D30 and UK 100. Let me just clear up the previous watch list and start over again. So I'm going to go a little bit faster now since I've already done the process. Just scanning that quick buy section. Nothing here on D30 and UK 100 and gold. So moving on to my London pairs, which are Euro, GBP, and Swiss pairs. So Euro pairs, just looking for that quick buy section. See if it's lit up. Putting it on the watch list. GBP pairs. Again, this just takes me a few seconds to do. And Swiss pairs. And that's it. So process repeats, go to my London watch list and flip through each one of these. So we have trend momentum on the monthly, weekly, daily, not on the H8. Setup on the monthly is a trend breakout. We're breaking out of that month, and I want to see price come down, fake out the momentum time frame, which is a previous week low, which is down here. Very unlikely for that to happen, and if it does, I wouldn't be interested. That's way too big of a drop. On the weekly, setup is trend breakout, breaking out above the previous week high. I want to see price come down, fake out the previous day low. So we are doing that right now. So immediately I know that I'm looking for possible trades here on the weekly. On the daily, we have a string of fake out bars here, breakout inside inside, so no setup on the daily. So this is a weekly setup. Have a look at that later on. GBP USD, we have trend momentum on the daily, and we don't have a setup. Bar flow is not good, not interested in this. We do have one on the H4. These are my scalping time frames, so I'll probably have a look at this at lower time frames, but for day trading, no setup. Your Oz, monthly, weekly, daily. Setup on the monthly, I already put this here. I want to see a fake out of the previous week high, unlikely to happen. Here I want to see fake out of the previous day high. It's getting there, so this could possibly set up. On the daily, want to see price come up, fake out the H8 high, which it has done already, but we are in a range. So I'd rather price come up to this high. H8 closed inside, so I can see the bar flow is not good. And you can see that we have that consolidation in there. So still don't like, actually this one I'll have a look at on the weekly. Your NZD. So these are all the same. I've already done this one in Asia session. And so same setup. I want to see this come up. GBP AUD. Again, had a look at this in Asia session already. Want to see price come up. This one I didn't like too much because we're right at that range low. Swiss yen. So this one I was watching in Asia, and it looks like it has a possible breakout. It is consolidating. The setup that I would like to take that breakout is for price to come down, fake out the H8 low. But on the M10, which looks at the H4, we've already faked out the consolidation here. So now we have another tighter consolidation coming up. So this one might be consolidating on a smaller time frame. But again, I'd rather see this come down, fake out the low for that breakout. A little bit tricky, not really the exact breakout setup that I'm looking for. So I would like to see price come down first. See the H2 here. The breakout level right there. Very tight range. Anyways, these are more scalps. When I'm looking at the lower time frames, it's more scalps. I analyze every time frame exactly the same, but on a daily setup, it would be a breakout of the high there. And Euro Swiss, we have trend momentum on higher time frames. We are pushing out. We're in a range here. Inside bar creates a range. We're currently breaking out 14 more hours for confirmation. Breaking out, need to see a fake out of the previous week high, which is somewhere right up here, hiding somewhere behind here. Wouldn't want to take that one. And the weekly move is for price to come up, fake out the previous day high. I think that is likely or possible. And then on the daily, we have a trend retracement setup breakout. First setup is a trend retracement setup. It is setting up very soon here. So gonna put that in short list. And so out of all those pairs, these are my shortlisted pairs. Go to the European watch list here. And I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 5. So this one, the 1 hour, Euro Oz, Euro NZD, Swiss yen, and Euro Swiss. I think I like Swiss yen and Euro Swiss the best so far. Euro USD is also okay. Faking out previous day low. See the 30 minutes. 30 minutes also looks at the weekly levels, but it doesn't look at daily. It looks at H12. So I like looking at the 30 minutes sometimes for these day trades because it's kind of in between the M15 and the H1, so I can take trades straight on this time frame as well. So what's tricky in London is that we have an H12 bar open a few hours from now. And so if I don't find any setups that I like on the daily, sometimes I just wait for this H12 and see how that one opens up, the H12 and the H4. Right, so this is what I'm looking at for London session. Marking up what my ideas are. Euro Swiss trend retracement setup here. All right, so that's my day trading setups I'll be looking for in London session. All right, Euro Swiss coming on down, 5-minute closure below. I'm taking entry on this one. All right, so what happened is Euro Swiss came up, faked that out, and waited for the new hour to start. And then as price continues, this is when I am looking to enter. So would have preferred price to come up, give me another entry, but I don't mind taking this one. This I think would look better on the 10 minutes. Yep, flipping that H4 breakout level. All right, so that's going to be the trade. Short one here, just a 1 hour trade. That's all it gave me. Let's see what it does over here. Swiss yen didn't break out. Euro USD did not close as a breakout bar, closed as an outside bar. Not interested in that. Euro Oz did not come up, and Euro NZD did not come up either. So only one trade, London session. Let's see what this does. And right now, I will prepare for the New York session. So we're right around here. Didn't have any setups. My Asia pair setups also did not do anything just yet. Nothing moving. You can see it's just stuck. So all my rules are keeping me out of all this sort of movement. Only one possible one I could have taken today. All right, that's it. So now I'll be waiting for New York session. So I don't trade first hour. I tend to find there's too much news here. So I wait until the second hour. But before the second hour, the H8 open, I start scanning the daily bar for New York session setups. But I'll be back and let's see what I see. Okay, before I leave for New York session, I forgot to talk about the entry here. So the setup, identify that trend momentum on the daily, right? Nice strong breakout day. And then I'm looking for a trend retracement setup. First setup I'm looking for on a breakout is that trend retracement setup. Once it triggers that momentum time frame, this is when I can start looking for my breakout alignment pattern. So it triggered that H8. Now I'm looking for one of my alignment patterns, breakout alignment patterns, either a reversal, continuation, or pullback. What I want to see is where is that momentum time frame breakout level? It's right here, this H8 dash line, breaking out below the H8 low. So this is a breakout low, and right now price has come up, faked out the H8 high below that breakout level. So between these three, I immediately know that I'm trading a continuation pattern. Continuation patterns, the safe entry is actually the breakout of this entire structure, but I can also take these ones as aggressive entries. Safe entries for all of these patterns are the black text, and this one is a early aggressive entry, which I don't mind taking this one because we do have strong momentum on the higher time frames. Right, so I'm taking this one. H8 is a breakout continuation. That's a breakout continuation move. Want to take it back down to the previous day low, and maybe I'll see what happens. Now I'll just leave it to the previous day low. Okay, and that's it. And now I'll come back for New York session. Okay, New York session. First hour of New York session. I always skip this one. Gonna do my daily bar scan for New York session pairs. So New York session pairs, I'm in the core pairs section here, looking at the daily of the US indices. Don't see anything lit up here. I also look at silver. Actually, let me reset all the watch list first. All right, so silver, I also look at gold. So those two, US New York session, I'll look at USD pairs. So again, just takes me a few seconds to do this. Then I also look at Canadian pairs as well, Aussie CAD, and also look at crypto. So we have Bitcoin, and that's it. So same process, just looking at the New York watch list here, going through each one. Okay, trend momentum on weekly, daily setup on the weekly is a trend breakout, breaking out of that previous week high. Prices come down, triggered the previous day low. If it can get back above, then that would be the setup for a trend breakout. Gonna set that as a short list, this one. On the daily, it's an outside bar. So I don't have a setup that goes with an outside bar, but this particular one I actually don't mind because we're at the outside of that range. So when I'm trading in ranges, I want to be taking trades at the edge. So we are right at that edge. And since I do have a bullish bias on hard time frame, don't really like this really strong push down. Usually it doesn't, I don't want to reverse it straight away, but I'll just shortlist that anyways for now. Gold, same thing here. Weekly and daily, we're breaking out. Price is coming down. I like this one better than silver. Trend breakout setup on the weekly. On the daily, same thing. Outside bar with the edge of that outside bar. This one looks nicer to me. H8 bar hasn't closed yet. Still 20, 30 minutes, 23 minutes left to go. If this closes and break out, this H8 breakout level will get pushed down, and then I can find a nice reversal pattern here if it does set up. So I'm going to set the alerts right there. We have a double check on silver. So silver as well. I'll put that alert. Definitely like gold better than that, better than silver. Aussie USD weekly, daily. So looking for a trend breakout setup. Price has come down, trigger that previous day low. Setup here is a trend pullback, getting down to the previous day low to take this back up. But there's lots of ranges in between, so a little bit tricky this one. When this closes, I need to see it fake out the current previous H8 low, which I would need it to come down again to fake that out. And I wouldn't like what's going on here. We don't have good bar flow there. I don't really want to take a trade when the momentum time frame's not moving. So I'm going to keep that on the watch list, but don't really like it too much. Trend momentum on the daily, we've broken out. This is the one that I saw on the 30-minute. I wanted it to come down Didn't break out in the 30 minutes. And now we have an inside bar here. Don't really like what's going on there. Okay, moving on. GBP USD on the daily. Don't like these levels where we are right now. On the H8, we're still above month range high, but getting below all these higher time frames. Um, don't like that. And that's all. Moving on. NZD USD. So again, basically, I'm just trying to figure out what is the setup I'm looking for on the daily bar here, as well as the H8. We have trend momentum there. I've never liked taking trades when we're faking out of range without a stronger level. So it's not really my favorite. Don't have good bar flow there. Setup here is for price to come down to the previous day low. Want to see it fake out for a trend pullback move. Right now we're getting stuck in ranges. Don't really like it. Honestly, this is probably the worst time to do a video about day trading. This is the last trading day of the month and on a Friday. So I wouldn't expect many trades. So I probably would do it again and when the market's actually moving. Inside bar, don't like that. But I think it's a good example of how to look for all these setups with momentum theory. And if you get used to the process, it can go by really quickly. And also with all the rules, I think there's minimal rules and it kind of keeps you out of stupid trades. So it's not bad. I don't mind this one. Outside bar, we've triggered the edge. Need to see, well, I'd rather see this H8 bearish breakout, which would actually fake out the previous week high. So this probably doesn't look good anymore. Let's see, where's that H4? H4 is breaking out over here. We are above the H4. So this is all right on the H4. Okay, I'll shortlist this one. Okay, and then I look at crypto as well. Daily breaking out over here. H8 is also breaking out. Daily setup is for price to come up, fake out the H8 high, which closes in 2 hours. So the timing of this one is a little bit different. For me, I trade whatever's on the chart. I don't. It's not specific timing. It's whatever the chart timing is. That's what I trade. So I'll wait 2.5 hours for this, but I do like this one actually. We are below levels. Don't like that we're in a range, but the HA is fine. Okay, I'll shortlist this one too. All right, so New York pairs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a lot. Silver, gold, Bitcoin, and Aussie CAD. And actually, I kind of like Bitcoin the most. I'll have a look at this when that H8 bar closes. And again, once I done my short list, then I just mark up what I'm looking for. See this. The more I look at this, the more I think it's really unlikely. But I think the gold one is definitely better. I want to see rejection of the next H8. If it closes and breakout, that's what I'd like to see. All right, so that's it. And now just waiting for things to get triggered. Just double checking my alerts here. This one I'll have to check later on. Aussie CAD. This one I think was on the 10 minute. All right, so that's it. And let's see if I can get any other setups here. Okay, New York session done. Nothing set up here. Silver never came down. Gold never came down. Aussie CAD also never faked out. It is breaking out above the high, but too close to that breakout level. Didn't like that outside bar anyway, so no setup here. Bitcoin is not yet. In about 13 more minutes, this H8 bar is going to close. That's when I'd be looking for it, but I think I'm going to end the session right now. This is still possible, but not trading this anymore. And so done. So nothing in New York session played out. So only one trade, Euro Swiss, went right to that previous day low, exactly where I wanted it to go. Took that 1 hour move, and I think this was the only setup that I could have taken today. Asia session, these are the pairs. Aussie USD did not set up here. Now I'm just looking to see which setups I missed and which ones I skipped. So here is one that faked out the high, came down, but this is a breakout, fake out, looking for a trend continuation move. And so it needs to come up, fake out that previous day high. So no setup here, no trade there. Swiss yen, I wanted that breakout. Um, saw that fake out of a low here, and this would have been a nice one for a continuation, but all of this is just too messy. Even though I know the direction, none of these are setups for me. So that's untradeable for me. Aussie CAD, yeah, I wanted this to come down, never did that. Did it over here, but below breakout levels, not really clean in that outside bar, not really good. Euro NZD, so this one, we have a breakout bar. So technically, this is a trend retracement down to the previous day low, but bar flow here was terrible. I preferred it to come up, fake out the high to take it down. When I'm trading in ranges, I want to trade at the edges, either a fake out at the top or a breakout at the bottom. Came down and broke out. So this to me is a skipped trade, um, and I think it's a valid skip trade. I don't consider that a missed trade, even though it went with a trend retracement setup. And then London session, Euro USD didn't come down until just now. So no trades on that one. I already talked about Euro Oz, Euro NZD, Swiss Yen. So all of these. So out of everything that I could have taken today, I think Euro Swiss was the only setup that actually set up properly. Breakout day, looking for a trend retracement, price retrace back to the breakout level, faked out the momentum time frame, and I looked for a alignment pattern, which was that continuation pattern, took it back down right to the previous day low, traded it perfectly. It's only 1 hour, but happy with that one. And that was it. Yeah, and silver, gold did not set up. Okay, so yeah, done with the day. That's the day trading process. I went through the entire day, did Asia session, London session, and New York session. Like I said, this was the probably the worst day to do a day trading process video because last trading day of the month and on a Friday, especially after a big move yesterday. So did the best that I could, and happy that was efficient with my time and took the only possible trade and hit that one. So okay, that's it, and have a good weekend.